Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. A while ago on the channel we did a rifle-only series where we took nations with massive manpower and armed as many of them as we could with infantry equipment to see what shenanigans we could get up to. Now, with the new Graveyards of Empire DLC, India obviously has a new focus tree with new manpower mechanics, so I thought we would just do a little revisit of the series to see how many soldiers we can get into the field. In World War II, India had an army of approximately 2.5 million soldiers, but those are rookie numbers.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
So our main adversary today is the Agrarian Society, which you had before as the Raj, but it's a bit more deadly now, where we affects the mobilization speed and the conscription law costs. So they are pretty horrendous bonuses. We do have a lot of manpower to work with. So we've got 251 million plus 92 non-core population, which is because we don't core all of India to start with. So we have got a lot to be able to mobilise if we can. We are only currently mobilising 0.12% of our core, which is not brilliant, hence the total manpower of 396,000. We want much, much more than that. So today we're going to go down the communist side of the Raj path, because I don't think I've actually seen anyone do it, and it's quite thematical to have us throwing millions of men into the field as the communists. So I think the plan today is we are going to join the Comintern, and we're going to join up with Mr. Stalin here, and then we're just going to throw millions of manpower to help defeat the Mr. Bad Boy over here. We did start this series as the Soviets, so what a fitting way to help them out. So we will just start with the focus tree up here. We'll start on the road to independence and getting free and communist. We have 2 research slots, but we don't actually need to do a lot of research. It's basically going to be industry and then infantry equipment bits and pieces. Now, the only problem with communists is I can't work out if you can get rid of this Muslim community marginalised debuff, so minus 20% recruitable pop. I don't think you can unless you go other routes, which is a little bit annoying. So this isn't the most optimal way to get maximum manpower, I believe, but we're going to do it anyway. Now, there are several focuses, obviously, to get rid of the Agrarian Society. So there's one down here, Indian Territorial Force, but most of it is over this local recruitment office. So we may do that in a second, and then we'll work our way down here. There's a few bonuses. War support and stability, they're all locked behind, which is quite high numbers as well. So it's quite difficult to get going, especially before the war kicks off. And then the last one, we get industrialization schemes to finally finish it off. We do have a 1% recruitable pop down here in the Navy branch, which we may go and get as well for no reason. Let's pick up the local recruitment office, as every 12th month it slightly reduces the debuffs. We're going to go and get the silent workhorse for the political power game, because we have got a lot of things that need political power, mainly the conscription laws and also the industrialization schemes later on. So we are getting a little bit of PP, but we need a lot. Let's go and get Reds in the Shadow and rally the Indian left. So we get loads of political advisors, but Reds in the Shadow gives us communist support and negative 33 political advisor cost. Rally the left is done, so there's nothing else I can do really down here. There's a little bit of recruitable pot, 0.2% here, but we'll get that later on. We don't really need that yet. All of these other ones we don't really want. We don't want the negative war support there, because that's going to really hamper us upping our conscription. The train robberies is doing autonomy, but we don't actually need autonomy anymore. I think they changed it, and now there's some weird focuses in here that still do autonomy even though we don't actually need it, because as soon as we get the Royal Indian Navy, which just needs 50% communist support, we'll leave this one where we get 10% communists till the end, till we get 40, so we can use it most effectively. I'm going to go and get uplift, and we'll modify the Great Depression here, because that is really affecting us. We also have our new advisors, so there's some good stats on them. We'll go and get stability is very important, so we'll get the stability plus the communist support, and then I think I'm just going to probably take the popular figurehead. 15% stability is probably best. We'll get the army reformer as well, or army offensive. A drill actually could be important, but I think attack is always best, so we'll go the army offensive. We'll get that XP ticking up, because we do want to smash down our doctrine. Obviously we're going mass assault, because it gives us the best bonuses to infantry, and we get a nice recruitable pop 5% down here, which is absolutely massive. We'll do Maybe a ban fascism. The problem with these is it really affects the stability, which we don't want because we do need it high. So I might do that one because it's only 6%, and then we'll let it tick over. We only need 40%, and we can do the focus to flip it to 50. Debt relief done, and we're at 41 or 40%, so that's fine. So we'll go and do the threaten the princes for our 10%, which will take us over the 50, and then we can do the Royal Indian Navy mutinies. Royal Indian Navy mutinies is done. We have now split, and Pakistan has taken a load of land off of us, but we will be getting that later on. We did take a bit of a stability hit as well, which is a bit annoying. We do have a truce till the 30th of May 39, so just about 18 months. So we will then be able to justify on them and take them out because we want our land back. I think we get a war goal down here and a core, so we do need to do that, but obviously we've got a little bit of time to go yet. We have M.N. Roy in charge, who likes Mexico. I believe he founded the Mexican Communist Party as well, although I don't think you can actually get him in-game on there, which is a bit of a disappointment, but I might be wrong. Let's go and get Exile the Princes to get a couple of civs, but and a bit of communists, but more importantly, we need a year after that before we can then start coring the rest of our nation. We are just building civs at the moment. We need to get our economy going so we can flip to mills because we're going to need a hell of a lot of them. Let's go for military pensions to get our war support up. We can tick that up for 400 days as 0.1% per week. Now, we do have some nice military leaders because of the UK. So we're not going to go to war with them because we don't want to lose these. We have a skilled staffer who's very important. So we're going to promote him to Field Marshal. Because with that, we can then go and get the expert delegator, and he can have 7 armies. Because skilled staffer seems to be one that takes so long to get. I rarely get that in a new general. So the fact we start with it is brilliant. We'll go for Soviet influence and grab some civs down here. The other side is Indian socialism, and then we can create our own faction. But we don't want to do that. We want to go to the common terms. So a bit of stability and consumer goods negative. Bit of radio prop, which takes us up to 35 war support, so we are getting there. We can then, no, we can't go up to war economy. I need 50% for that. And the same, I'm not going up conscription law just yet. We'll go and get the 3 civs. Hopefully the Soviets won't let me in the common turn. I mean, I can always leave it anyway because we don't want to be in a faction just yet because we don't want Pakistan to do anything weird. We do currently only have 1 mill, and we are trying to get some divisions out, but it's not brilliant with just 1 factory. Soviet Union denies our request. Perfect. Exactly what we want. We want the civs, and we don't want to join the Comintern, which is very nice. So I think we shall now move over. We'll probably pick up the civ and the 2 mills here, actually. We do have access to the best garrison law, so we're going to switch over to liberated workers, which we can only get because we are communists. We'll go and get legacy of military service just for a bit of change in the agrarian society. We have 8 mills now, which is nice as well. Let's go and get military theorists for negative 10% cost in the doctrine, and then we can switch over to mass assault doctrine, and we'll get pocket defense as well and work our way down to the manpower. Let's go and start on a few bits of infantry equipment improvement because that is all we need to do. We have enough stability, so let's go and get the industrialised society to help out a bit more. We are at 300,000 manpower, so we are getting there, and the society is going down. Let's go and get the war austerity train. I think in one of my old shorts I said this was one of the most useless tech, but we're actually going to use it today because we do need a lot of trains with a very small industry we have. Right, we are just force deploying these troops out. We need as many in the field. We have got the manpower. We are just lacking equipment, as always. I don't have the war support to get this regimental loyalty and go further down. So we can switch over to... We can get a couple of mills, but that's not really that important, I think. There's a few other bits and pieces. So I may work towards getting, wherever it is, the Indian Territorial Force. So we'll go towards that and get a bit more help towards our manpower and the agrarian society. And with that done, we are at now only negative 39% to our recruitable pop. We are ready to go for Pakistan because we have no longer the truce. So we'll get the People's Liberation Army first because we need that. Is it quicker if I just declare? It's about the same because it's 2 70-day focuses. We will go up to a limited conscription just to start mobilising because that's going to take a while. We do have some nice army command. So we'll take the surveyor We do also have an infantry expert, which is brilliant, funny enough. And then I think we'll wait, and there's logistics, but I think entrenchment genius is probably best. We'll get some trains on the go as well, so we'll just flip a few of these down and let the trains do their thing, because we will need a lot of supply. We'll get some trucks as well, so we can get motorized supply as well, because why not? That is allowed. Yemen want to become their own nation, and they're not doing that. We are still force deploying troops out, so we've got loads and loads to attack Pakistan, because they will not have enough troops to cover their borders. Right, I have my war declaration, so let's go. There's a few gaps, so the trick to this is we're just going to pin and wander around. We have so many divisions that we completely outnumber them, so in these little gaps we'll just wander through, encircle and power on to the victory points. Let's go and integrate the princes so we can start getting some cores on the land as well. We are at 1.5 million manpower though. The only issue with this war is you need every single province, so we need to go and grab the mountains quickly before they can reinforce it, because otherwise that is an absolute pig to fight into. You basically have to take every bit of land for them to cap. The Sten gun has been researched, but I'm going to stick with just the rifles because this requires more steel and it has got a bigger production cost. We're going to need a lot, and I don't really have the resources, and I don't want to trade away all my economy. So we're not going to upgrade the guns, we are just going to make rifles. Last couple of pockets to close up. So we'll do a couple of new little field marshal offensive lines. We'll kick that on, and they should just absolutely melt away with our massive manpower attacking them. Last couple of provinces. Oh, there we go. We didn't need the last one. We needed all but one. So we'll just start taking... Well, no, we'll just take all of the Pakistani land. Thank you very much. And we will become whole again. There we go. 2.6 million manpower. We have a bit more of an industry, few more mills, and we are smashing out some infantry equipment. Let's get some more mills on the go. So Burma is cored, but if I attack them, we basically go at war with the Allies. We lose our generals. We're at war with the Allies. We don't want that. The Burma doesn't really have too much manpower anyway, so we'll just leave that. We do have all the decisions to core the rest of our nations. We can do all of them because we are just hoarding PP at the moment. France has capitulated and the war is kicking off. We're in March 1940, so we do have a year left. Let's start justifying on Iran because we need access to the Soviet Union. We will join their faction so they guard their border as well. Otherwise, we have to cart round shipwise because we can't get military access through anyone. So we're going to invade Iran to gain us land access. Deploy some more troops. We'll just spam a load more. We have got loads of manpower, loads of equipment. We are doing okay. We'll go up to war economy so we have less consumer goods and quicker building the mills. And our army is coming along very nicely. We're currently at 18 width, so I'm going to smash that up to 20 width. We probably will end up just maxing this out, but we'll start with 20 to begin with because that's a nice number. Right, there's our war with Iran. Luckily, they are not guarding all of their provinces, so we're just going to spam through here. I mean, they'll be guarding the Soviet border as well, I suppose. Up here in this desert region we'll take, and then we'll just pin this mountain. Let's call in the Soviets now, I think. We're good enough along where they won't get any war points, and it will just help us finish off because we are sort of overstretching a little bit and we just need a couple more victory points and they should cap. Now we could go for ideological loyalty for the weekly manpower 500 to squeeze out every little bit of manpower because every little helps, but obviously we're not going to do that. It's pretty pointless. We'll go for something like bayonet strength. There goes Iran. Some nice guns as well, which is handy. We're just going to puppet them. We have all of the war score for some reason. Soviets didn't get anything or they just gave it to us. Now we have a lovely land route to be able to access the Soviet Union. So it's time to get our army in place. So we're just going to do a fallback line because I can't do a whole field marshal order. And we're going to try and hold every tile possible. We're not going to fall back any point. We have the war support now to get the regimental loyalty and get a bit more. We are at 2.4, so we have got enough. We are smashing through the mills. Let's just force deploy that last army out. And that is our full 7 stacked army. Let's get them on the field marshal. We'll give them determined bloke here. So we have got 7 full armies on the Soviet border with the Axis. We are lacking 14,000 guns and quite a few trains, but we are starting to build them. There'll be more than enough in the next few months to get those out. Regimental loyalty is done. We need war support and to be at war with a major or surrender progress. So as soon as the war kicks off, we'll be able to do those last 2. So I think that is all of the ones we need. We can now look at some army bonuses. There's like division org. We can go for some mills. What else have we got down here? Some more mills, defense. So there's a lot we could do. Some civs there. We'll go and get the war support here and a bit of army XP, I think. We have enough XP to get the human wave offensive, reduces the combat width, but more importantly, gives us our lovely 5% recruitable pop. So we are going to smash through it. We've got 3 million now, but we're going to start recruiting more. We are at only 1.3 of recruiting of our corps, which is pretty terrible. Let's go and up the infantry a bit, seeing as we've reduced the combat width, so I can't afford that one. So we'll go up to 19.2 at the moment, a few more divisions. We need 15,000 guns, but we are making 500 a day, so quick maths, that's only 30 days. What have we got at the moment then? 1.9 million manpower in the field, so not too bad. What do the Soviets have is the question. 2 million, more than us, damn. We definitely don't want to be in that, so let's just up these templates a little bit. We'll add a few more infantry. I know these are definitely not optimal amounts, but we'll go for a 24 width to start. What have we got now? 2.4 million. Does that put us over the Soviets now? No, they're actually at 2.7 million. I didn't realise that. Okay, we are still a little bit behind the Soviets, but we've got more to come. Germany has declared, and so have the Finnish. So we will now go and join the German-Soviet war. Seeing as we're in a defensive war now, we can go and accelerate the industrialization, which reduces the time it takes for the months to go by. We can now... No, we can't do a field line yet because Hungary and Romania haven't joined. But we are... Well, we're not attacking, but the Soviets are trying to counter immediately, which is not going too well. Right, there goes Hungary. They've joined. Finally, we can get a big field marshal order going, so it makes it a little bit neater. We're not going to be doing much microing. We're almost just going to be battle planning it because, you know, we've got millions of troops and microing is too intense. We will just let them field themselves. Currently, we have 0 casualties somehow, even though we have been in this war for a little bit, so that's a bit odd. A lot of green, so it seems like if the Soviets just had, you know, 2.5 million Indian troops on the field, they wouldn't get pushed back as far. Let's go for reinforcement rate, I suppose. They are just all green. Romania's fine. We've lost a few tiles, but seeing as we're in August already, bit of a breakout here. But we are losing the odd tile. We are at 180,000, but we've done almost 160, so almost 1 for 1, which isn't bad. Let's go and get industrialization schemes, and we can finally start getting rid of the agrarian society, and we can finally unlock all our manpower, although we already have 8 million, so we don't exactly need a lot. I'm going to get a non-aggression pact with England, just because I don't know if they attack Iran or not, or if it's just the Soviets, so I don't want to be drawn in with the UK with my puppet. Let's start upping the troops. Our gun deficit is gone, so we might as well get this honking towards 40 width. We'll start with 30 width. I know, again, not optimal, but I don't really care. I just want men and guns. We are lacking 57,000, so we are a little bit behind. The Finnish are doing Motti tactics. I mean, we could go and help Finland, actually. Or not Finland, but help destroy Finland. Let's take one of our armies and chuck it into Finland. Imagine being the Finnish and then just like 500,000 Indians turn up on your doorstep. Oh, they've signed a white peace. Never mind. Okay, we barely got involved and they've signed a white peace. Why did Soviets sign a white peace? They literally had them on the run. We are getting pushed back. Ah, they've encircled a few of our troops here. That's irritating. I wish I caught that earlier, but never mind. We are losing a few tiles, but really I'm having to do 0 work in micromanaging it. And they are not really pushing us that much. There's the industrialization scheme, which I believe was the last one we need to do. It was indeed. So we've done all of the focuses towards getting the agrarian society done. We now have the decision, 350 PP, and bear in mind it takes, and it slowly gets rid of the agrarian society. So we've got enough PP to be able to do 2 of them. But I think we probably need about 3 or 4 more because we still have 12% and 18% recruitable pop negative. What are we at now? 600,000. Somehow we're getting so much war score, even though we're not taking the most casualties and we're not dealing... Yeah, we're not even dealing the most casualties either. So I don't really know why we are mass producing the war score. I'm not going to complain. It means we can take loads in the peace deal. There's a lot of green bubbles, a few reds. Again, they're losing a few tiles, but we're okay. Let's go for night vision well ahead of time. So it's just millions of Indian troops with rifles that happen to have night vision as well. What an absolute scary event. I'm going to go get bold attack, and then we'll get the operational reserves, or... No, operation reserves I think is the better one out of the two. Let's whack this up to 40 width. Now, we've got the XP for it. Absolute, and max this bad boy out. Big boy, chunky 40 width, all rifle. 25,000 manpower per unit. And what does that leave us? 70 odd thousand gun deficit, which isn't really the end of the world. We will make that fairly quickly. It will put us up to 4 million divisions, so nearly double what they did in real life. And Soviets are currently at 3 million, so 1 million more than them. We're at 60,000 deficit of guns. We are making 850 a day, though, so it shouldn't be too long. We've got 13 million manpower sat in the reserves as well that we can access, so I think we're okay. Once the equipment deficit is gone, we'll build up a little bit, and then I'll start getting some new divisions out. We're still getting pushed a little bit, but it's not too bad. A lot of green bubbles. The deficit is at 30 odd thousand, so we're getting there. Romania's not pushed at all. They've not even broke the river line, so I'm going to just close this down a little bit. We don't really need our troops there because they are currently doing absolutely nothing. And I don't have enough war support now to keep doing this, which is irritating. The combat casualties I've not been paying attention to, so let's do the film industry and we'll do the heroism to get up. And then we'll just need to wait for some more PP to be able to do it again. Way more green bubbles than red. Our deficit is now gone, which is good. We will start building that up because it is still basically 0. They haven't really pushed very much at all. A few tiles here and there. We're in July 42 now. It's mainly green bubbles, the odd red, and they push us back the occasional tile, but they're just wasting all of their equipment and manpower, throwing themselves at our 4 million Indian units sat on the field. Oh, I've got 15 divisions encircled there. It is a mountain tile, and it's a green bubble, so I might be alright. I mean, there's occasional helmet pop going on, but there's not really anything I can do about that, so... yeah, we'll just use these troops to restock them. We've got unlimited manpower and unlimited equipment, so it's fine. What are we at now? So we've almost got 50% of the war score, which is pretty incredible. We've killed 1.5 million, and we've only lost 1.2 to the Germans, but 1.7 in total. Few Italians as well, so pretty good exchange. There goes Rome, so Italy are doing Italian things. Vichy's been declared. Oh yeah, they are getting absolutely crushed. There goes your... southern ally, Germany. So it is the beginning of the end now in September 42. Right, industrialization scheme again. We get another one which gives us more manpower. We need a bit more PP, more, and more. We are at 6% MOB and 12% recruitable pop. I've just realised I haven't been using an MIO for my infantry equipment. I can only imagine the comments of you guys sat there going, he hasn't done an MIO. That is unbelievable. Yeah, so I've just not been using these upgrades the whole time. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, we'll do it now. It's pretty irrelevant, but we'll do it now. I'm amazed Italy hasn't... they've still got El Duce as well. I'm amazed they haven't flipped into a civil war yet. Let's go and grab the extra recruitable pop from the Women's Royal Indian Naval Service, which we've been doing even though we're not building a navy at all. Just for the manpower. There we go. Italy has... joined a civil war. I mean, they practically were on the borderline of capitulating anyway. We are 66,000 guns short, but we do have 2 new full armies on the way. Our deficit is basically gone now, which is good. So we'll build that up ready for attack. I'm going to put our new army of 2 divisions in the middle here. They can almost be like a bit of a spearhead. So we've doubled up the units pushing in here to push back Germany rather than Romania and Hungary, which isn't that important. We'll wait for the equipment to build up so that we've got enough to just mass assault, and we'll just let it battle plan, run its course, and wipe them out. We have had the end of winter now, so I think we're ready to counter-attack, because they're not attacking anymore. Advantage 52% is our battle plan, so fine. Let's just kick both of these off. The new army as well in the middle. A lot of red bubbles, but I think we're just going to force mean them out and reinforce the mean them out. It's about time that it happens to Germany, and not to me for once. At the start, we are at 2 million casualties at the moment, at the start of our offensive. The Germans are at 5.5 with 2... so it's basically a direct exchange. We've got 41% of the war score still as well, which is pretty good. Hopefully we'll get way more because we're just going to throw ourselves at them. I might do a little bit of micro in here because if we can break through, I think where we'll have them all pinned, we'll just be able to march the rest of our troops in because they won't be able to reinforce. Yeah, if we can keep going, I think we'll trap them all here in the east, and then we'll just smash through the north here along the sea route. And I just don't think they'll be able to reinforce quick enough. We could just walk straight into Berlin. Unless someone's in Berlin, our Indian troops are just going to march straight in there. I do want to get to all adults served before the end of the war, because I won't be able to do it afterwards. So we have got 15 million manpower, and we are still mobilising at the moment. Berlin has fallen to Russian storm. No, they didn't. Loads of millions of Indian troops have just fled into Berlin. Let's move that second army directly to here, because they will just be ploughing in. I think we'll be able to cap them without actually much fighting. They're so trapped in Hungary and Romania and like Ukraine, they just can't get out there. We're just ploughing in. The Soviets are also ploughing in with us. I think we only need a few more tiles, really. Oh, no, we're well off. Wow, it's only 52%. I mean, we've got literally majority of Germany. They haven't actually got that much left. I think taking Vienna should... Oh, yeah, we're at 99%. Literally a couple more tiles and we'll be fine. We took 800,000 casualties in that attack, which isn't too bad. It cost us 800,000 to basically destroy Germany. And there's the peace deal. They had 0 equipment, funny enough, left. Liberation of Paris. But we have got the majority of the war score. And there we go. Luxembourg Commune has joined the Allies, which is bizarre. We have an Indian Germany, which I don't think I've ever done or see. They actually have the focus tree still, which is very odd. So they'll probably just break through eventually, but we will never be around to find that. So we own most of northern Germany. We also nicked a load of navy, so India does have a navy again. What I'm going to do is... I've got to ease up conscription because we're not at war, I think. Yeah, I need to be at war. So we're going to have to go down to service by requirement. And I'm just going to let it run out a little bit, probably till 1945. And let's see how much manpower and how big of an army. We currently have 5.4 million, so double what the Raj actually provided in the war. I think that is full mobilisation then. We have got 50 million total manpower, 33 in reserves, 9 million in the field, 4 million in training. Look at the state of our country. It has got basically 14 million Indian with a rifle sat in there. So I don't think the Cold War is going to involve India, or, I mean, people can try, but yeah, I don't think you're going to get very far into India. So there we have it. We are only penalised by the marginalised Muslim community of -20. But again, I can't get rid of it this way. I don't think the communist way, which is a bit disappointing. I feel like I should be able to. But 50 million manpower is what we have equated to. Far more than we ever need. Still not as much, you know, China seems to get over 100 million. So I feel like we should have more than that as India, but never mind. There we go, guys. We will leave it there. We have had maximum men and we've saved the Soviets by having a communist India. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. Big shout out to our members. Thank you for always supporting the channel. Thank you guys for watching and peace out.